How to generate passive income with no initial funds. I mean, have you ever thought about that? How do people create this empire with no cash in their pocket? You hear about that. Well, guess what? You're gonna learn about it in this video right now. Discover surprising ways to initially put money in your pocket right now, even if your wallet is empty. We're gonna talk about that in this video. We're gonna crack the code on how you've seen over and over again, how did they do that? How did they start with nothing and go all the way to the top and be financially secure? We're gonna learn about that in this video. So zero cash, endless possibilities, cash in your pocket. Now you know the drill. Thumbs up, comments. Most important to me is the comments. If you got any questions or you've got some strategies that you've used in the past that you'd like me to share with other people, please, let's have a dialogue. Let's talk about that. So let's get right into it. How do we start with no money? The biggest misnomer I find with individuals when I'm first starting with them, they think your money is what's gonna take it to make it happen, or their money. I've got a little bit of an advantage, not because I have money, it's because the way I started. See, I started off way back in the 1900s as a stockbroker, okay? I didn't have any money, okay? I had to learn how to become a financial person, right? So I'm learning how to pick stocks, I'm learning how to do all this stuff. My job was to find an investment and then talk to people that had money and say, hey, this is a good investment strategy. So it was twofold. First thing I would do is I was developing the skill set of finding great deals. Simultaneously, almost 80% of my time was spent finding people that had money but didn't know what to do with it. So immediately at a young age, I was taught you didn't need money to make money. And so what the problem with a lot of people, and I need you to get over this mindset, is you say, oh, I gotta have money if I had money, if I did this, if I won the lottery. Okay, well, if you win the lottery, how's that gonna win? Well, we know the stats, go look them up. I think it's like 4 out of 7. It's really actually tragic how many people file bankruptcy. There's a great HBO special on this from probably 10 years, 12 years ago called Lucky, and they follow 5 families that have won the lottery, and only one of them is tragic. Okay, so let me put it another way. I want to get this I need money to make money out of your head. If I gave you $5 million right now, if I handed you $5 million, would that make you a better investor? No. Now you just have $5 million. Okay, so here's another way to look at it. If you showed up at the 49er training camp and said, I've got $5 million, I want to play football, are they going to let you play? No. Your money has nothing to do with making money. It's the skill set of finding a deal. Okay, so you've got to kind of do it backwards. Okay, so the amount of people with money, doctors, lawyers, those are the obvious ones. They're really good at being a doctor. They're really good at being a lawyer. They're really good at being whatever that is that they're being, franchisee owner or a laundry man or whatever the deal is. They haven't learned the skill set of making money. And what we're not taught in schools and what have you, I'm not gonna go down that road, is if you wanna learn how to make money, then learn how to make money. It's never been said out there, I need money to make money. No, actually that's drilled in you over and over again. It's the skill set. So if you sat there and you spent the next year working on your skill set to finding a deal. So let's just start with my wheelhouse is real estate. If all you did was learned ways to find deals, let's just go down the whole gamut. If I was going to auction after auction after auction, I was doing research, oh, that doesn't make any sense, oh, ask questions here over and over again. All I was doing was developing the skill set of finding the right deal. Trust me, there's always money for a good deal. Let me give you an example. I've got a deal right now. Okay, I paid $35,000 for this property. It's got a FMV, a fair market value, or after rehab value of say $250,000. Okay, so I need $50,000 to rehab this property. So tell you what, you give me $50,000, I'll rehab it. Will be in the property $85,000 with your 50 and my 35 that I paid for it. We'll sell it for $250,000 and we'll split the profits 50-50. Who's in? right? Money's not a problem. So well, what does that mean? Well, Sean, I got to find the deal. Exactly. You've got to find the deal, which requires skill set. I mean, I want you to look at it another way. And I really want to hammer home this point because this is so crucial for you to understand this. Imagine going to a four-year university and at the end going, okay, where's my money? You're not making any money. You learn this skill set to go get a job. Well, sometimes you don't even learn a skill set to go get a job, but we're not going to go there. We're not going to get into student loans and what have you, okay? I don't like those. Okay, what I'm saying is you're learning a skill set. So all of a sudden somebody says, I want to go out there and make a bunch of money with real estate on there, and they want to do it in like 30 to 90 days. Please, show me something out there where you can get in and 30 days later make $100,000. Okay, it doesn't exist out there. You have to give yourself the bandwidth. This is the great thing. Once you've learned the skill set, and it shouldn't take you longer, realistically, within 3 to 6 months to get, it depends on what your schedule looks like, it depends on how busy, if you got any rugrats running around, you got all this busyness, find the time, carve it out, all that good. It shouldn't take you more than 3 to 6 months. Once you get that, you don't have to relearn this stuff again. So you've literally got a skill set that you can do over and over and over again. Why real estate? Because you need no special skill sets. Everybody watching this video, no matter what school you went to, no matter what ethnicity, no matter what your parents did or boo, victim this, victim that, baloney, everybody in here can do this. That's why real estate has made more self-sufficient people in the United States than anything, period. I mean, it's so far away. By the way, you know what the next thing to real estate is franchise. And I don't know if you've looked at franchise, but all you're really doing is buying a job. Okay, but with real estate, I can work my own time. I can work my own hours. I don't know how to rehab a property. Look at a video. You're on YouTube right now. Okay, I've learned more about rehab. I've been doing rehabs for 30 years. I didn't think about that. Like soundproofing a room, I learned that. That's a skill set. I wanted to do a studio and do all these other things. I'm like, oh, how do you do that? My contractor didn't even know that, dude. I'm like, ooh, pull up the YouTube. So you're doing the right things. This is how you do it. This is how you make it happen. None of this requires funds whatsoever. So here's the crazy thing. When you start talking to people, this is crucial. I don't have any money and I want to make money. When people start asking you what you do, don't tell them you're an engineer. No offense to you engineers, but you've just killed the conversation. Especially you single guys. Say, I'm an engineer. Watch how they run away. Okay? But if you say, I'm a real estate investor, oh, how do you do that? What do you do? That's what you do. So how does a real estate investor think? What does a real estate investor read? What do they listen to? What do they do on the weekends? I just heard this weekend. Okay, we got done with church. My daughter and I went to breakfast. Okay, and we're going over, and she goes, "Daddy, what are we doing?" I said, She goes, "How many properties do we have to look at?" And I go, "We're just going to look at 2. I promise you. And then we're going to Grandma's house." She goes, "Okay," but she loves it. I mean, we get there and it's so funny how you just build this in. We started to walk out the property. She's, "You are not doing this property." It was hysterical, but again, I'm molding that skill set into her. But I mean, again, you've got to act. It doesn't matter whether you have the money, okay? You've got to find the skill sets so that you can recognize a good deal, and pretty soon people around you are going to say, boom, I heard this, I heard that, I heard this. I have somebody that's been going to classes with me. I have a Bible study class, it's 1.5 years long I've been in this, and Jack's been with me forever, and literally, I found out like 6 months into the whole thing that the guy buys more real estate for a home builder and one of the largest home builders in the country. I mean, he's doing literally hundreds, if not thousands of deals every single month. He and I just hooked up on a deal. I found out what he was doing. He found out what I was doing, and boom, 2 skill sets come together. Guess how much money I have into the whole deal? Zero. It is skill set. I can't emphasize that enough. You want to make money with no money in your pocket, the best way to do it is to look at my free course. I've got it right now in the links down below. It's called higginsmethod.com. You go in there, fill out the 30-second form on there, and I give you access to my new course. It's my gift to you. God bless, good luck. Thank you.